They forget the bad. Because if it was as good as they're choosing to remember it, then there would be no reason for it to end. And someone gave me this example, and it was indirect because they were going through something.
Hmm.
And they were going through a very difficult relationship. There was financial abuse, there was belittlement, there was verbal abuse. And this person eventually was able to get out of the relationship.
Hmm.
And a year or two passed, and I guess him and the person they maybe connected on social media, maybe she messaged him or whatever the case is. And he contemplated saying that, you know what, maybe yeah, maybe I should agree to meet up with this person and see how life is, not remembering 2 years ago how he couldn't wait to escape it, how he had to work so hard on himself to
Hmm.
escape it, and he was willing to throw all of that progress out the window. And I think sometimes what happens, at least from a male perspective, is that, and men, don't kill me for this, but I think men will forget if there's an opportunity for intimacy, right? It's a way to say that, okay, you were thinking with the top head,
Right.
now someone is trying to appease or appeal to the lower head to make you get back into something that you know logically isn't right for you, but
Yes.
you're getting caught up because the opportunity for intimacy is there.
Right. The opportunity for physical intimacy. And now men and women don't go up one side of me and down the other. But I believe that physical intimacy is the least intimacy of all. It's important. I like physical intimacy. It's important. It's gratifying. It's nice. It feels great. However, I feel it's the the least form. I won't use the word lowest, but the least form of intimacy. Because if one can be intimate in the heart and the mind space, let alone the spiritual space, physical, you've got it made.
Yeah, they discount the other levels of intimacy, like the emotional side, the
Yes.
mental side, right? Like, why do you think people, I have an idea why, but why do you think people focus so much more, at least in the beginning and temporarily, on the physical and not the other two?
Hmm. Well, we're conditioned. That's our society. Okay, that's our society. Um, of course, I've been in a situation where I've fallen in love with someone's mind, with their brain. They weren't the most attractive person, but that's what I fell in love with first. But we are conditioned. Um, what is that? We judge the book by its cover. So how does it look? It's got a nice cover. It's glossy and everything. We're conditioned, and then we all have needs and we all have urges. Touch is very important. It's a very important sense. So that will move things along. And before you know it, and I always say as well, once you cross that line called sex, it's a whole different story. You're in a whole different realm. You've just changed the relationship because you're there. It's the sex. Sex is for me is different than intimacy. I like the big package. That's it.
I think the same thing. I think some people forget, some people confuse the two, right? They think that, okay, I was sexual with this person, that automatically means intimacy. I was like, no, intimacy is more than just intercourse. There's a lot, there's steps to it. And one of the reasons why I think so many people get caught up in relationships, especially one that is so heavy physically sexual,
Mm-hmm.
is that it's a very quick but fleeting way to connect with someone. I've slept with this person, I've touched their body, they've touched mine, and we have a physical understanding, at least in that moment. of the person, but tomorrow you may not even know their last name.
Right.
Right? You may not know what they like. You may not know what their hobbies are. So you're not connecting in a long lasting way. You're connecting something that is very temporary. And the thing is, when you lead with physical intimacy, you always have to provide it.